Just step inside the chamber.
You took a big risk following me here. Thanks.
When you believe in something, you've just gotta do it.
How'd you find Tom so quickly?
Turns out I knew him all along. tt_.0924.243.886. I posted a message to the board and he contacted me himself.
Any news from Jaime?
No sign of him yet. I hope he made it.
Yeah, me too. Did you ever dig up anything about this Daedalus character? I'm still hearing from him.
Actually, I did, sort of. Crypto says Daedalus was supposedly a government AI project, also known as Echelon 4.
Supposedly?
I'm getting this from anonymous crypto boards. Daedalus was supposed to beat the old content recognition problem in surveillance. It was a program that could search all the terabytes of intercepted messages for subversive content.
So, what happened?
Never panned out as far as I know. The problem was just too hard. They blew through a lot of taxpayer money that finally had to scrap the whole project.
So the thing that's talking in my head is, what, resurrected AI?
I wish I knew.
Stay right there. Success. Come back to the control room.
You must be JC. Almost.
Tong has connections. You should scope out the labs for upgrades.
Complete your business and then go.
That's it.
A simple switch, as they call it.
Have you heard about Paul?
Your friend informed me. Courageous man, your brother.
I plan to make sure he didn't die for nothing.
We will try. Unfortunately, nothing is certain in politics.
Quick and Chen declared a truce just a few minutes ago.
A good bit of diplomacy, I admit, but it won't hold. Not with the sword left to be fought over.
I think they'll be slow to anger with Maggie Chow out of the picture.
No. In their system, the sword is a doomsday weapon, a temptation. We must recover the ramen coating from VersaLife and make it available to both triads.
So that's all you expect in the way of a favor? A little corporate espionage?
The first of many favors. Remember, I saved your life. Now pay attention. The VersaLife elevator north of the market will require an employee number. Try 06288. Once inside, find Mr. Hundley, the shift supervisor. He can be persuaded to give you access to the labs.
Hundley.
You will find him receptive. He is the corrupt official who sold the Red Arrow the technology to begin with.
I'll find the ramen coating, but I'm not your henchman. I'll help you as long as we have a mutual interest.
If you choose to fight Majestic 12, you will need an ally. We will have a mutual interest for some time. In fact, I took the liberty of setting up a computer account for you. Log in JC Denton. Password Sanctuary. Feel free to use the machine in my office.
While you are here, observe the laws of the triad. You must have won great favor with the dragon head. Tracer Taunt admitted another American. Perhaps you know him. If Taunt decides he'll trust you, you'll be free to come.
If you need help, talk to one of the receptionists.
You worked at Psionics? You look like you could have the gift.
You do not require a security pass to...
Welcome to VersaLine. We make tomorrow look like yesterday. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Mr. Hundley.
He's upstairs making his rounds. Look for a man in a black suit.
Thank you. Go on up.
We're all out of company.
Late night.
So much for the schedule, right, mate?
The schedule? Yeah, sure.
It's swell to miss a day of work, but they bloody hell better push back the delivery. I know I won't be done.
They'll understand.
At least the super freighter's on our way to America. No more special agents nosing about up here.
Special agents?
You know, the ones in the suits with grey skin. Eyes tattooed on the backs of their necks. I'd sure like to know what was in those tanks to make them so uptight.
Mr. Hundley, shift supervisor. Who might you be?
I'm contracting this month. Quite a facility you have here.
Thank you. Yes, we're pretty proud of the work we're doing.
Any chance I could get a tour of the labs?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. Trade secrets and all that.
I'll make it worth your while.
To the tune of what? 2,000?
2,000 sounds reasonable, but I don't have the cash on me.
Fine. Just come back when you do.
Just looking around.
People are trying to concentrate.
They keep you up here pretty late.
That's because they don't want people looking over my shoulder.
Why not?
Huh. I guess it doesn't matter what I say anymore. It's because I falsify all their records, okay?
They probably don't want you telling people that.
So, I don't care. I figured it out today, how they do it. People with my job got the Great Death. In a couple of weeks, I could be in a camp. I could already be sick.
Why would they do that?
Whatever's in those labs, stuff goes in there. Instruments, military personnel. None of it goes on the record. Iverson had this job. That's why he got sick. Chang, Kylie, Watts. Now it's me.
I'd really like to check out those labs.
You some kind of spy or something?
Does it matter?
If I get you down there, can you do something for me?
What's that?
Hundley, kill him. I bet you could do it. You guys have ways to keep from getting caught. I can give you clearance.
This is Kramer Receptor Patent Proposal.
Alright, I killed your boss.
You mean...
He's out of the picture. I'd advise you not to hang around too long. Now how about getting me into the labs?
Well, okay. Sure, it doesn't matter to me. The code to the elevator is 6512. I'll make sure you have access once you get to the lab.
You the one they just cleared for level 1?
Yeah, that's me.
You are welcome to stroll around the laboratories, but respect the work that we do here. Your security pass can be cancelled with no warning.
I've looked forward to this for a long time.
Security is watching through the cameras. If you cause trouble, an alarm will sound, and the guards won't wait to ask questions.
Yes, sir. I'll try not to get in anyone's way.
Do not ask the scientists questions. They are very busy.
I don't recall being informed of any visitors.
They don't let me talk to lab personnel.
You shouldn't be back here. This is the armory. 2 months and I make commando. Why do you need a weapon?
It's really a question of abstraction.
Exactly.
You can't be dealing with this sort of thing on the base pair level.
Essentially what I told Miss Chow. Tissue augmentation. It's not a matter of twiddling bits.
We need to stay focused on tools.
In principle, yes, I agree.
The older scientists don't grasp what it means to have so much data.
Still, we have to throw them a bone once in a while.
It is a simple request.
Lab procedure forbids.
The psionics laboratory.
The psionics laboratory has no business worrying about...
I'm trying to talk here.
I am not allowed to speak to visitors.
Scientific progress depends...
This is a private conference.
I don't recall being informed of any visitors.
I'm afraid we don't have time for visitors right now. Please, you'll upset the subject. This one did better than most. He is very excitable.
trying out new coat proteins that resemble common phospholipids. A crude device, not very secure. Self-replication is handled downstairs.
Your activities here have been noted.
I have 2 words for whomever wrote this biometrics package. User interface. I have to concentrate. Somebody's going to have to totally gut this thing and start over. How do they expect to express a high-level feature in a genome if they can't even come up with a topologically sound representation?
Subject on the floor!
The labs are down the hall. I think you're lost.
The ROM encoding should be in this wing of the laboratory. Need to complete the sword.
Did anybody else hear something?
Temple next to the market. I will bring
That's
together
him.
the dragon heads.
Sector 6. It could be anywhere.
Please, look around.
While you are here, observe the laws of the tribe. You must have won great favor with the Dragon Head.
What are you doing here? The Triad leaders are waiting in the temple.
While you are here, observe the laws of the Triad. Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals.
50.
It is decided. There will be a truce. Yao Hak, let us be quiet. Agent Denton from America has retrieved the software component. Please accept our gratitude.
It is my honor.
Begin.
As the faces of a perfect blade are reflections of one another, as they join together to make a perfect edge, so we shall form one blade, not the male and female swords of Ganjiang, one which must avenge the other, but one weapon, precise in its purpose, though wielded by many arms.
And much as the steel sharpens its edge and anneals its own surfaces, let us preserve, together, the form of our traditions.
The only enduring work of man, that which is born again with the next generation.
Forever.
Forever.
Again, accept our thanks, Mr. Denton. You will have to join us for drinks at the Lucky Money later tonight. In the meantime, Mr. Tong wants to see you.
Thanks for the offer. Maybe I'll stop by.
All right, get out. Enough games in the temple.
I cannot believe the news. The trial I won?
Peace between the triads is now official.
Good. We begin to operate from a position of strength. We will start manufacturing the swords and distributing them to our allies.
What next? VersaLife was crawling with troops. I think they were hiding more than sword technology down there.
Tell me about the labs. Paul and I concluded that VersaLife does the manufacturing, while the real research takes place in North America.
Plenty of scientists. Biotech, physics, nanotech, several research divisions. It would seem we still have a mutual interest.
We know they manufacture ambrosia. If you went back and gained access to the Level 2 labs, perhaps you would find something on the Grey Death. Your brother's failure in New York has left me with nothing.
You think you could find a cure?
That cannot be determined until I have a schematic of the virus particle and the molecular structure of ambrosia.
I'll go back, but won't they be ready for me?
There's a back way at the north end of the Canal Road Tunnel, which is just east of the temple. I sent an agent in that way once. She turned up a key code to the Nanotech Research Wing, 55655, but no data.
Worth a try.
By the way, VersaLife lost one of their R&D men in the Canal Road Tunnel collapse. A guy we think was carrying nanotech assets. He did some of the basic research that went into your implants. You might take a look, if you don't mind going for a dive.
Maybe I'll check it out.
confiscate and destroy the manufacturing facilities as well.
I cannot believe the news. The trial are won?
Say your business and go. They say there is a German-speaking man looking for you. He smashed up a bar in Wan Chai.
What is your name?
At last, we are one triad. My good friend, let me express my gratitude. A bottle of wine on me. Yum Sing. Tom's mission can wait. Rest, this is my club. Let me give you one of our better wines. An imported vintage from Napa Valley. The lieutenant. We had to go through the precinct sergeant. Hi-ho, sir.
What is your job?
Gangsters! They're all gangsters!
Please, look around. Perhaps a present for your girlfriend?
device in here called a universal constructor. It is one of the only two devices in the world capable of producing the nanomechanical virus called the Grey Death. I require you to destroy it. Use the code 525.
Look for a computer terminal somewhere in Revel 2 lab. If you find it, I can upload the data I need through your infolink.
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble. Aim for the head.
Readings all over the scale. What's the deal? Target locked. Is not moving. Let's do a scan. Let's do a scan. Got something. Target's here. Locked and on. Step 50 meters. Locked down. Got something. Contact. I've got a contact. Hear that? I think we've got a bogey. Contact! I've got a contact! Let's do a scan. Reading contact. Listening to strange augmentations. Hear that? I think we got a target locked on. Funny looking on this one. Let's do a scan. Target locked. Commandos are just overkill on a job like this. Readings all over the scale. What's the deal? patience. Stealth 50 meters. Lock down.
Whoever's out there, guy in a clear, checking it out. Check the area. Someone's there. I can hear you. It's dead. Remember the briefing. Watch yourself. This one's so
Done here. Wrap him up.